What's up? Who's in here? What's up, guys? Who's in here? Give me something to talk about. Right now, I'm actually reading a paper on why it's important to feed your fish live foods. Can you guys hear me? I'm using a new browser because Microsoft Edge doesn't like my camera. So I started using Mozilla Firefox and it actually opened up. So I just want to know if you guys can hear me. Yay or nay? No, I might just be talking to myself. So, is that a yay or nay? Can y'all hear me? What the heck is going on? I need to know if y'all can hear me. Participants, so it's just me. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually. Too bad it's too small. Can you guys hear me? What the heck? What's going on? It says there's like 8 people in here, but I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. I don't see any messages. If you guys are sending me messages. Oh, thank you, Saleha. I'm like going crazy. Cool. So I'm actually right now, so I'm on break. I passed the class. I got my score back today. Actually, I did really good, so I'm happy. Um, a lot of people ask me what I do on my time off. So I need to do some flashcards today. I haven't done my Anki today for today, but I have a lot of fish right now. I raise fish. I started because I actually couldn't sleep very well, and I was told that this was back in undergraduate before I started medical school. I couldn't sleep very well, so I looked into doing some sleep hygiene stuff. And the number one thing is to have a clock not close to you so you don't check the time when you wake up and you just got to trust your alarm clock. I'm at University of New Mexico, Hector. UNM. So then I tried the whole don't look at the clock when you wake up at night, and that worked. And then I also heard that if you got a fish tank and you hear that white noise in the background, sorry the lighting's so crap, guys. Ugh. Let me put this over here. That's a little bit better. I was told that if you have that white noise water in the background, it helps, and it helped so much. So ever since then, I always had a fish tank, and I've actually started raising some more fish recently. So I have a lot of fish right now, and I'm doing some research on food, on fish food. So live food versus flakes and all that stuff that you can buy easily at the store. And obviously live foods are better, but I'm trying to see what, how, why, and just the science behind it, honestly. What are you guys all doing this break? Sleeping in. Did you finish a final today, Sandra? Do, 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 do. Okay, so I didn't find that. Okay, I did find Guppy. Reevaluation whether I really want to be a pre-med or not. Why do you say that, Saliha? BZ, how do you present cancer? What does that mean, BZ? Let's see. uh, you poor thing. Two effects. Oh man, what year are you in, Saliha? Tammy, I've never failed a course in my life, but I failed my last block in med school. I retest soon. I'm so sorry to hear that, Tammy. But you get another chance, so time to put work in. I know what it is, Tammy. Um, I had to repeat my whole first year of med school, so here I am. So don't worry about it. Um, you can do it. You're already here and you made it this far. You can complete it. I got, I mean, you already made it this far. You got it. You can do it. How do you prevent cancer? What kind of cancer, BZ? There's way too many different kinds of cancers. It's going to be like last year now, Saliha. Roya passed her chemistry class. Congratulations. Probably taking the MCAT early 2020. Don't know though. Are you planning to apply in 2020, Saliha? Um, like to apply 2020 to get in 2021? How do you prevent cancer? Like I said, there's so many different kinds. Which one are you talking about specifically? I think I might apply 2021 because I'm still working on my GPA. Oh, then I don't think you should take your MCAT early 2021 then. I think you should. I don't think you should take it early 2021. Then I think you should keep working on your GPA, and once you got that down, then you should start studying for the MCAT after you fix your GPA. That way you're not doing two things at once, I guess, or just work on your GPA. Once that's stable, then start studying for the MCAT. Make a schedule, take time off from school, from work, um, and go hard for it. And then that'll be so much better because it's just better to just focus on and get a good score the first time and not have to retake it. Cancer like breast, heart, non-Hodgkin's, etc. So a lot of cancers have a very large genetic component, BZ. So cancer is just one of those things that um, it's difficult to prevent. Honestly, obviously, like lifestyle, diet, etc., all makes a impact. But even if you're doing all those things, you can still get cancer just because one of your cells messed up, and that sucks. Um, like the breast ones, you guys have all heard of the BRCA mutations, BRCA1 and BRCA2. Heart cancers are actually pretty rare. They're more likely to happen in kiddos, and they're usually benign. But in kiddos, it can be a little bit more dangerous. Non-Hodgkin's, I have not learned too much about yet, BZ, so I can't say too much about that right now. But breast and heart, that's what I have to say about those right now. Uh, Not smoking, reducing smoking reduces your risk of getting cancer for every single cancer. Um, yeah. Saliha, what do you recommend to be the safe zone GPA to apply for med schools? I think above 3.5 is always a good. I think 3.5 is a good aim, but of course you always want to have higher, as high as possible. That's why I hate giving a number to people, because you never know. You just want the highest GPA possible. I hate giving people a number for that question. You just want it to be high. Mm-mm. You have to take some blood out, BZ. You have to take some cells out, and then you do PCR. It's a laboratory test, polymerase chain reaction. And sometimes, if there is a cancer, then they biopsy and do immunohistochemistry. The course was respiratory, 150 questions. Oof, Tammy, I'm sorry. I actually do pretty well on respiratory. I think the hard one is um, for me, I thought I was pretty good at renal, but I'm apparently not that good at renal, so I need to practice that. Neuro is really freaking hard too, so that's hard. But thank you studying now. Good luck, Tammy. Um, all you can do now is keep studying, like keep working at it. Um, you can do this. You got this. You made it this far. You can do this. I believe in you. Can anyone request for someone to look at their genes and their traits? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure if you go to the doctor, they're gonna be like, "Why do you want to do this?" The thing is, BZ, that here in the United States, if you do request that, your insurance is not gonna pay for it. If it turns out that that you are predisposed to a genetic condition, and your insurance company finds out, sometimes they can drop you, or your cost goes way up because you're more of a risk. So if there is no like real reason for testing, then you should not do it. We do neuro in January. On we don't do neuro until year 2 now. Tammy, we actually did it last year, but we don't do it now for a couple for until after phase 1. In January, I do micro and immunology, so I'm pretty excited for that. Insurance company are actually messed up. Yeah, they control a lot of the way healthcare is delivered in the United States. I'm at the University of New Mexico, BZ. You think about a special down the road? Yeah, I'm actually thinking of going into peds BZ. I have three specialties. I want to do heme onc, critical care, or anesthesiology. But all in peds. I don't wanna. I want to work with kids. I want to do peds. So that's what I'm thinking. But who knows? It could change by the time I get there. I'm a sophomore college student. Hi, how's it going, Buizmo? How are your let's see, anesthesiologists make a lot of money. Yeah, they can make a lot of money, BZ. What volunteering experience have you had? So I volunteered as an undergrad at a low cost health clinic, please. I volunteered every single Wednesday for 4 years as an undergrad. Um, I volunteered 5 hours, about 5 hours every single Wednesday for 4 years. So it was a lot of volunteer time. And that was basically my volunteer expedition kind of thing as a pre-med. How are your grades this semester? If not, what could you have improved on? My grades were pretty good at Triple OG. They can always improve. I think, let's see. That's a good question. I should ask myself that more. So I checked my grade, and my grade for the first block has been my lowest, and then the second block was higher, and then this block was even higher. So I'm on a nice upward trend. Um, but I think for this test, what happened is that for this block, I didn't go to class, and the final exam was actually written by the professors. It wasn't like an NBME standardized test. So I think if I would have gone to class, I would have scored better. But I mean, overall, I did fine. So I feel confident in the material. Like for an NBME per step, I actually feel pretty confident in the material. Um, so yeah. I'm currently applying to Texas Methodist and Hospice Plus. Nice, boys. Like for medical school or what? Is starting volunteering a sophomore a little too late? No, boys, it's never too late.
I think it's better actually because you've actually kind of set yourself up to understand what college is like, and if you're doing well in college, then you can start um, then you can start volunteering and adding those things on top of it, and not have to juggle everything all at once. Because college is a big step for some people. What's your opinion about getting into medical school in USA versus a Caribbean medical school? I have no idea, Yosh. I would have never probably applied to a Caribbean school. I would have kept trying to get into a USA school. And that's just me. It's my personality. That's what I wanted. So that's that's just my thoughts on it. I mean, I don't know. Can you still study for STEP during your first year? Yeah, I mean, everything you're doing is culminating up into STEP. Like everything I'm learning right now is a culmination of taking steps. So yes, you're supposed to be basically. Did you always want to be a doctor? No, BZ. I actually wanted to be a veterinarian. From the age of like 4 up until I was a junior in high school, I decided I want to be a doctor when I was a junior in high school. Even after, so I had a job as a veterinary assistant um, that I got as a junior, and I had amazing experiences. Um, we actually had like an emergency surgery story with a dog, and it kind of just inspired me to go look at what human medicine is like, and I freaking loved it. And here I am. Can you rank pre-med courses from hardest to easiest? For me, boys, I think that calculus and general chemistry were the hardest for me. Those courses I just did not like. OChem and biochem. Yeah, biochem is a little bit harder than OChem, but they're both pretty difficult. But you can do it. I think if you do a lot of practice things, understand mechanism. I say this every single time when people ask me, just understand the mechanism. Don't memorize reactions. You'll be all right for them. Um, yeah, that's my take on them. But the biology courses, I wouldn't say were like cake, but they were easy. Um, I liked biology; it made sense. Yeah. I know this is really dumb, but can you study for step before in med school, like no flashcards and stuff? I mean, yeah, you can, obviously, or yeah, you can. I mean, I don't see why not. Uh, it helps to like have a professor or like a course showing you the material instead of just memorizing flashcards, because step is not about memorization, it's about application. So you have to know the information. That's just step one. Then step one takes it 2 steps further and usually adds a couple layers to a memorization thing. So you have to know it, and then you have to be able to mess with it over 2 more steps. It's interesting. I love it. Thinking about Chem 1 next year, is it harder than OChem 1? Um, mm, I don't know if it's hard. I think they're pretty similar, boys. Especially, um, they're just different chemistries, honestly. So I enjoyed biochemistry more just because it was more realistic to real life. So that's why I liked it. I don't think it was that bad. What prereqs do you need for going to medical school, like classes? I have a video out, BZ, on this, but basically you need a year of calculus, a year of biology, a year of general chemistry with lab, a year of OChem with lab. You need biochemistry. You need a year of physics. You don't have to take the lab, but it's recommended. And I think that's pretty much it. I think that's what goes into calculating your science GPA. But of course, you should take anatomy and physiology. You should take immunology. You should take microbiology. You should take pharmacology. What else? Uh, yeah, you should take those courses in addition to it, just because they're going to help you later. What's your typical day like in med school? I literally study all day, boys. Um, I don't know if you've seen my latest video, actually, boys, but that's literally what I do every single day. I do flashcards, I do practice questions, I watch videos, I research stuff that I don't know. That's literally what I do all day. I look forward to most in my day. Uh, I like my little breaks. I like eating. I like my coffee. I like watching YouTube. I like doing these lives a lot, honestly, on YouTube. I think they're a lot more interactive than just like doing a video. Even though a lot more people see my videos, this just feels more personal on me. Personal to me. I like it more. So yeah, you can take other science courses to boost GPA. What I did to boost my science GPA is actually I took hard biology courses. I think that looks better for an application. It was a high, they were high levels biology courses. Basically, I when I did my interview, I was like, look, I know my GPA hasn't been the best, but this is where I'm at now. I performed really well in these difficult upper level biology courses, and I'm ready for med school, and I made it. Um, so that's basically what I did. Just joined. Hope your finals went well. They did, Lizette. I got my grade back and I passed, so I'm pretty happy. Baby Blues Zimmerman, medical school. You think you're better than me? No, I don't. So that's kind of what I recommend about that whole class. Taking a class to boost your GPA, please. What do you want to be? Doctor, Baby Blue. How smart do you need to be a doctor? You don't really. I mean, you gotta be that's hard to like answer, right? I'm like, you don't gotta be smart, but then you do gotta be smart. I think you gotta be willing to work hard. You gotta be willing to work on your weaknesses and just I don't think you need to be that smart, but of course it takes some level of intellect. Um, I think it's more hard work and consistency, and just not giving up, honestly. Because yeah, it sucks some days. How do you sustain your passion for med? Oh, I love when I go volunteer and I actually get to take care of patients as a med student during this first year. That just I'm like, okay, I'm where I need to be. Like right now, it sucks. The class part sucks, but once I'm done with this, then I'm gonna be able to do what I want to do, and that's actually take care of people. Fernand, how busy are you, my guy? Not that bad right now, Fernand. I'm on break. I took my final yesterday, and I'm just kind of relaxing for a little bit. I'm still gonna do some studying over winter break, but nothing obviously crazy. Holy cow, a lot of people. Uh, how do medical schools view you if you graduated not in 4 years? They don't care, Nuda. I think what like 80% of um, students finish a 4 year college degree in 5 years. So don't worry about that. Like, that's not, just make sure you get good grades and get a good MCAT score, have good everything, have a good application. Don't worry about the time it took. Just have a good application. What kind of doctor? I want to be a pediatrician, baby blue. I want to specialize in hemonc, anesthesia, or critical care. That's what I'm thinking right now. Is there any tips for avoiding procrastination? I haven't met about it this semester, but I eventually want to just be free of it altogether. Procrastination is it's difficult for me too, but I don't know. That's a pretty tough one. I think that is something that has to come from within. Honestly, that's one of those intrinsic motivation things. Nobody can do it. You're the only one that can fix that. And basically, you just have to learn. Um, you have to tell yourself why you're doing this. Like, yeah, it sucks. What is it that makes you want to keep doing this and pushing? And that's what's gonna make you get up and keep going. That's what helps me. Um, and it really has to come from within. Some days it's weaker than others, of course, if you're feeling burnt out, if you've studied all day. But it happens to everybody, Lizette. Don't think you're the only one. That happens to everybody. And yes, it's difficult. I fight with it constantly throughout the semester. But I find myself, it's okay. Like, if you're feeling like you need to take a break, take a break. And then just get back to it. That's just kind of how I do it. Smart in terms of managing yourself and not. I agree. You just have to do some time management and just being disciplined. Live chat, you learn something new every day. How's it going, KVHG? And then what are you learning in class? This last block, we had concepts in histology and pathology. We did a lot of skin histology, GI histology, bone pathology, radiology, skin pathology, infections, cancer, um, things like that. How's the grading policy in your school? Did you witness people failing med school? It's pass fail, Yosh. You do have to get a 75 or above average to pass. But yes, there have some people that have already dropped out, that took a leave of absence that are going to repeat next year. Yes, that's kind of what it is. What do you have plans for over break besides studying? Hanging out with my family. I actually have some baby fish right now in a fish tank, so I'm gonna try and not lose them, lose as little fry as I can. Um, so that's gonna be kind of fun to do over this break. It actually got timed kind of nice. Um, I want to go bow shooting and I want to cook some stuff, hang out with my family, stuff like that. What do you have planned? What technically there's only 12 of us. That's a lot though. I don't think I have that many usually. 13 now. That's crazy. I usually try to answer everybody though. Have you done research before? Yes, KVHG. I did research in undergrad, and I actually have to do a research project to graduate med school. It's required. And I'm currently working on one. I don't know if I want to continue, honestly. I kind of want to do something more cancer research with some pediatricians, but I haven't gotten into contact with anybody. But yes, I have done research in the past, and I will continue to do research in the future, and I'll probably still do it as a physician. I think it's important to keep doing research, keep asking questions, keep having scientific evidence. I think it's important. What do you do for fun these days? I think I said that right. Did I answer that already? No, I didn't. So take care of my fish, boys. I like to go bow shooting. I like to cook a lot. So I actually, you guys can't see. So the window right there, I actually was gifted a smoker recently. So I learned how to start smoking meat. And it's funny because we're learning about cancer and how in Japan there's high rates of gastric cancer because of smoked meats. So it kind of freaks you out a little bit, but it's okay. um, I still want to learn because it takes skill to maintain the temperature and stoke it and stuff because it's an older one, so it's kind of hard. Falling behind here on the thing, studying strategies that you would recommend for science courses, spaced repetition, Nura, see things over and over and over, understand mechanism, do practice questions, understand why the right is right, wrong is wrong, and um, What else can I say? Videos really help me. I really like doing videos online. There's so many amazing videos of people explaining stuff on YouTube. Baby, what was the most brutal study session you ever had? Are you telling you seriously in a bad way, mental health wise? Yes, baby blue. Some blocks are torture. I'm not in a good mental space. I'm literally just sitting here studying, and it sucks, but I feel like I cannot stop because the anxiety of failing, the stress of failing, um, I forget to eat sometimes. My room is a mess. My house is a mess. My desk is a mess. But I feel like I can't stop studying. Yes, it sucks sometimes. Um, but that's kind of like it's part of the sacrifice. Yeah, it can really, yes, it can be really bad sometimes. Fish tank is therapeutic, very therapeutic. KVG, I love my fishies. Lizette, how does your family feel about pursuing medicine? Um, the they're very proud, Lizette. So I'm a first generation. My parents are Mexican American immigrants. They came to this country, and I don't know. I'm really glad that I have made it this far. They gave up so much. They've given up so much for me and my sisters, and I'm not. It's not going to waste, is what I'm saying. Their dream for me to be successful is happening. That's their dream. If you think about it, that's crazy. Do you have any siblings? How jealous are they of you? Baby Blue, I have an older sister. She's currently in law school. That's her desk back there. I don't know if you can see it. She's a year and a half into law school. She actually started law school when I started med school. And then my younger sister is a sophomore in high school, but she's way smarter than me at that age. So I think she's going to be way more successful than I am. How's it going, Farhan? Anai, what are your thoughts on taking a gap year? Can you give me an overview once more on your MCAS process? Gap years are fine. Make sure you have a good application. Don't care about gap years. Don't care about time. Have a good application. Um, Once more on your MCAS process. What specifically about the MCAS process? Anai, what do you want to know? Because it's a pretty long process. There's a lot of stuff. You're doing OChem, so you're busy today. Farhan, sorry, I hated OChem, but you'll get through it. Actually, I liked OChem more than Gen Chem. I hated Gen Chem. Listening to you talk about med school is awesome. I can't wait to finish undergrad and get into it. It's really interesting, really fun, really difficult. It's everything you'd imagined, um, but it's something you won't understand until you get in. How's it going, honeybee? Have you done Christmas shopping yet? What is your Christmas plan like? Yes, I have. I shopped for my older sister. My girlfriend actually shopped for my little sister, and she put my name on it, so that's pretty helpful. I haven't shopped anything for my mom yet, which I don't know what to get my mom. Give me gift ideas, guys, for my mom. I want to do something that is like self care for her because she's really bad at self care. So I want to give her a gift that's self carry. So help me out here. You're welcome, KVHG. What type of exercise do you do? I hate exercising, please, but I actually have some weights right here, please. Ugh. So sometimes when I'm sitting here watching videos, I like to just do some weights. I do curls. I do squats here. I have a ab bench over there, and sometimes I put the ab bench here, and I do ab workouts while I'm listening to stuff. Um, I'm actually very weak right now. I have not been working out despite having it right here, because school just kills me. Do you ever have the urge to take notes during breaks like now? I think you know. No, I don't. I hate writing notes, Snura. I'm not a big note writer. I used to be last year, no more. I do like to do my flashcards every day, and that's it. So that's what I do. I have an addiction to finishing my flashcards every day. I can definitely relate to house getting messy during busy times of the semester. It's like physical reps. Oh my gosh, Lizette, that's exactly true. It is a complete representation of how my life is going. My car becomes a mess. Like, it's crazy how much school. It's so true. How do you pay for undergrad? So for undergrad, please, I did get a scholarship that paid for my tuition and then some. But I also worked on the weekends so I could pay for my gas because I was commuting from our family farm every single day. So I was driving every single day 2 hours, 1 hour to come to school, 1 hour to go back home. And I was driving a really inefficient red Dodge truck. So my gasoline bill every month was insane. I was literally working to pay for gasoline to go to school. Um, that's and then right now for med school, I'm on loans. First gen. KBHC, there's somewhat new technology now. Gene editing to create cure for disease. Do you like genetics? Oh, I love genetics, KBHG. I actually did CRISPR-Cas9 as an undergrad. We mutated genes in a fly, and our mutation was actually lethal, but we did this gene because it is close to human, um, like how can I say, like cytoskeleton elements. So our flies died, so it was just like putting more information into the Drosophila database on different gene mutations and stuff. Baby Blue, when you get your doctorate, you're going to be one of those dudes that correct people when they call you Mister. Will you insist on being called Doctor? I don't know. I don't know, Baby Blue. Guess we'll find out. I don't feel like I'll be that guy, but also this is taking a lot of work, so I don't know. Um, Probably not, honestly. I'll just be like, call me Aaron. Awesome parents. Thank you, KBHG. They are awesome. All doing UWorld for MCAT. I didn't know UWorld had MCAT materials. That's kind of cool, Blue Q. Sorry about the 5 a.m. thing. Make sure to take breaks. Um, and yeah, your life is gonna suck for a little bit. That's that's how stuff works, guys. Like if you're not rich already and you start from the bottom, like your life has to suck at certain points to elevate and get to the next level. That's just how life works. Nothing like that's worth doing is easy. Nothing that you want to like I don't know. That's just like sometimes you just got to embrace the suck and go through it because on the other side it's going to be awesome. What's that chair? Oh, I love this chair. Blue Q. It's a secret lab. Um, it's a secret lab chair. It was actually really expensive. It was like 300 bucks. I've had it for a year now. I love it. I got the cloth version. I got the Omega because I think the big one is like the Titan or something, but it's more expensive. I got the Omega because it was a little bit cheaper and it fits me perfectly. It's so comfortable. It's amazing. I love it. I would recommend it. I would buy another one. I know I'm not sponsored or anything. I really freaking love this chair. I love this chair, guys. Not entirely if you have a video on this or not, but do you have a system in note taking? I don't, Lizette. I used to do color coded notes, and that seemed to kind of help, but I stopped doing note taking. Um, it just felt so inefficient for me. I don't really like it, and so I haven't done it in a while, honestly. I don't have a good system for notes. Any time for your stereotypical college experiences? Any keggers, ragers, drugs? No, baby blue. I don't really like to do crazy stuff like that. Um, I just never did any of that. Like I said, my parents are immigrants, so I can't really. I was kind of raised with the mentality that you don't you don't do stupid stuff because that puts the family in danger. So I never did stupid stuff. I literally only started drinking recently. I actually don't like beer. I like to have I like Jack and Coke. If you guys have had it, Jack Honey with Coke is my favorite. I really like Jack Honey and Coke. But I don't really drink. I've never gotten drunk. I've never done like any drugs. I've never smoked a cigarette. Like I don't do stuff like that. What are your thoughts on the year-long process of applying to med school? What would you go back and tell yourself? I'm so nervous. I'm sorry, and I was so nervous. I was so anxious. It's really hard to relax during that whole year long. It's brutal. It drags on. If you're not the best of applicants, it can feel worse because you're probably not going to get a decision until March or until people start dropping off the wait list, like I did. And it's painful. It is literally so painful. Um, I can't really. I There's nothing I can tell you about it, and I didn't handle it well. I don't think there's anything anybody could tell me that would have made me relax because it yes, it's a big deal to you. Like it's a big goal, and you want to get there. And um, I'm sorry, I don't have anything good to tell you. Like I wasn't able to really control my anxiety and stuff, and the biggest thing now is things happen for a reason. Um, but that's literally all I can say. Like things happen for a reason, and yeah, it sucks. It's hard. Yeah, I know what you feel, Anai, about the pressure for applying. I did that too. I applied my junior year. I didn't expect to get in because of my application, and I didn't. I was rejected, but that gave me time to improve my application and show the admission committee that I was serious. So that's kind of my take on what I did. How about a spa gift basket set for your mom or women in your life? Isn't that so like just stereotypical or cliche or just so easy and it feels like the guys aren't even trying KBHG? I feel like that's just something like guys see at the store and just buys it because they don't really know what else to buy. But I've never done that, so I don't know. Lisette, what did you major in undergrad? I was a biology major. So I wanted to be a biochemistry major, but I was too late to start biochemistry courses. So I did a biology major with a minor in chemistry, and then I double majored in Spanish. But I'm Mexican, so that Spanish degree was pretty easy. And do you have any regrets? Anything you wish someone would have told you about before you applied to med school or took the MCAT? I do wish I would have taken the MCAT a lot more seriously the first time. I wish for the MCAT, and I wish I would have had um, dedicated study time for the MCAT. Honestly, I wish I would have stopped working, stopped. Like I wish I would have been like done with school, stopped working, had 2 months to study for the MCAT, and then taken it. I think I would have been fine. So that's the one thing I wish I would have done for the MCAT. I wish I would have actually studied like learned how to study early on in my undergrad career. It wasn't until I was almost like until I almost failed out of college that I realized like, oh crap, I need to get together to get into med school. Um, and yeah, like that was naive of me to think I could just go through college without studying, but that's kind of what I did. And obviously it hit me in the face, so it taught me, and I I learned from it. I put in the work, and here I am now. CRISPR, yeah, CRISPR is awesome. KBHG, kind of creepy what they're doing in China though. I don't think it's targeted yet specifically enough, but I think in years we might get there. K Mom skincare product or perfume. By the way, do you receive money from YouTube? Your channel is great, by the way. Yeah, I got monetized this year, boys. Like at the I don't know June, July, or August. You're welcome, Lizette. Thanks for hanging out. I don't make that much, obviously, because my videos don't get that many views. I have one video that has made most of my money. That advice to pre-meds with a 2.7 GPA thumbnail. That's what that video is. What's made me my money. Um, but yeah, it's pretty cool that I do get to make money though off of just hanging out with you guys making videos. Uh, Interesting. How were finals? They were good, Honeybee. I actually checked my grade earlier. I passed it. I'm pretty happy with my grade and how I did, so pretty happy. What do you do that's memorable in your sophomore year as undergrad? And that's where I'm at right now. I started volunteering, please. I started volunteering between freshman and sophomore year in college, and that clinic just raised me as a pre med, and I'm the clinic coordinator for that as a med student. I'm the med student coordinator for the clinic. I still go there. I went the Wednesday before my final. I love that place. Um, I'm really glad I got that experience, and that's my favorite undergrad um, memory, I guess. Try the non-alcoholic red wine. I will, KBHG. How did you get the rec letter that all med kids desperately need? Any tips? Um, yeah, so my letters of rec were pretty easy. The one was from the that clinic director at that clinic. She loved me. So she wrote me an amazing letter of rec. Two, what were the? I don't even remember. Oh, the other two were professors. So one professor was actually a Spanish professor, but I had her for pretty much every single semester for 4 years. So we grew pretty close, honestly. And actually, the last semester, she made a class specifically for me. So I was studying like folk healing, curanderismo, and Spanish literature because she was more of a Spanish literature. So we kind of meshed my medical desire and her Spanish requirement. Um, it was a super high level like Spanish course, and I had to do everything. I was kind of like a TA for a lower level Spanish course. But we had a really good relationship. She wrote one letter rec. My other letter of rec came actually from the my science professor where we did CRISPR-Cas9. So it was a course called genome editing. It was a very high level science course where we edited DNA in flies. And I went and I told so it was a one semester, so I didn't really get to know him that well. But before I started that class, undergrads weren't allowed in that class. It's all graduate students. So what I did is I knew this class was going on. So before registration opened up, I went to his office. I camped out until he showed up, um, and I told him, "Hey, Dr. Cripps, I really want to take this course. I'm an undergraduate student. Genetics is literally my favorite biology course. I don't think I'll ever get the opportunity to take this course because I plan to go to medical school. And can I take your course?" And he saved a spot for me, guys. So on their end, they have to put your banner ID so you can register for this course. He saved a slot, and then he told me he sent me an email when registration opened and told me to register, and I got into the course. So I performed really well in that course. I gave it my all. It was super fun. Like it wasn't hard to give your all when the course is fun. And then at the end, I told him, Dr. Cripps, applying to medical school, you know this. I came to ask you if you would write me a letter of rec. And he's like, sure. And then I was like, and I do really need you to emphasize that I'm good at science because historically my science grades haven't been that great. And I just want medical school admissions to know that I can perform in med school. And he's like, no problem. I don't know what he wrote, but I'm in med school. So ask and you shall receive. Um, that's why I always tell students to take initiative, show up to the clinic where you want to volunteer at, and dress nicely where you want to shadow at. Show up, just show up. It's not that hard, guys. I think just show up. I know that once I'm a doctor, if a student shows up like that in my clinic, they can start shadowing right then and there if they want to. Be proactive. Let's see. How's it going, Bella? Sorry, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of questions. I'm answering them all too. I guess I'm answering them too for too long. I guess. What are your hire a masseuse for your mom? Make sure he has abs. Okay, baby blue. I'll make sure he has abs. Maybe. What are your Christmas plans? I just want to hang out with my family. I have baby fish right now, honeybee, so I want to take care of them, make sure they don't die on me. Um, I want to study a little bit. I want to actually review this past like whole 6 months. My goal is kind of to do 10 random practice questions over this last 6 months every single day. Do them like right when I Sorry, I got like hiccups. Do them like right when I get up in the morning, so I just get them done throughout the day, just to keep the information flowing. You set my head out. Yeah, I saw that. How are your studying strategies, and also how do you prepare for exams? Flashcards daily. Practice questions are my favorite way to study. Videos, everything, literally. But I just like doing practice questions, especially for standardized tests. If you can get a hold of a question bank and do them, understand the right and wrong answers, go through it, read the explanations. Reviewing a test takes me 2, 3, 4 times longer than actually taking a practice test, guys. I review every single answer on there, make sure I know it. And if I don't, I research and I go find out what it is I need to know about that right then and there. I don't be like, oh, I'll do it later. Like I just do it now. Yeah, it sucks, but that's just what you gotta do. All right, boys. Thanks for showing up. Sorry about your question. Um, yeah, sorry. Sorry I didn't get to your question, but I like to answer them in order they came in if possible. Ven Ryder, I want to be a pediatrician, Ven. I want to do hemonc, critical care, or anesthesia. That's what I'm thinking right now, anyways. Someone have us believe that college is built with a bunch of sensitive, entitled snowflakes. Can you confirm or deny this? No, I can't confirm or deny this, Baby Blue. I think I don't know. That's very stereotypical, honestly. If people think that uh, all students that go to college are sensitive, entitled snowflakes, it's interesting how people try to group like all the people in this demographic must be like this, because of one experience I had or because of one news source that I watch. It's kind of it's kind of scary, honestly. It's not funny. It's just scary, like how people like to just group everybody into one, and it's easier to hate people like that. It really is. How do you being Hispanic affect your choice passion for medicine? What is the demographic for med kids like? Yeah, I'm sure it affects. I don't know. I actually don't know if it affects. I'm sure it does, but me personally, I don't know. Med kids, I just want to take care of younger kids. I think adults do stupid stuff to themselves, myself included, and I feel like I have incredible. I don't know. I just love working with kids, guys. Like I love working with kids. There's students that hate working with kids, and I'm on the complete opposite. I love working with them. So that's just like the fact of the matter. Thanks, please. You're cool too. I will enjoy my break. That's for sure. You made up for it and did the work. So kudos. Yeah, KVHG exactly. So that's basically how I navigated that whole thing. Dang, I cannot believe I caught up with all the questions. They were coming in so fast. My voice is going out, I think. I'm using Mozilla Firefox right now, and I'm actually kind of liking it a lot. Um, Google Chrome is like not working for me. Is it working for you guys? It's not working for me still. I tried Microsoft Edge. Microsoft Edge is crap. And then I finally downloaded Mozilla Firefox, and it's working amazing. So I don't know what all your experiences um, with the web browsers, but dang, sucks. Any advice on how to balance schoolwork, etc. as an undergraduate? I think, Thomas, your GPA comes first and foremost, and then you can start worrying about extracurriculars. If you're not getting good grades, then you are not doing what you're supposed to do. That is number one priority. Extracurriculars come second. I think you need to understand this. I wish I would have understood this as an undergrad. That's my advice. What was your biggest mistake you did while in school? Not like literally not studying for those beginning those beginning semesters in college. Like that tanked my GPA. So to climb out from that hole was so so stressful. It was such a pain in the butt. And it could have been easily prevented. That was my biggest mistake. Yes, I failed many classes, Baby Blue. I was sad. No, I did not freak. I was sad. I learned from it and I kept going. How's it going on MSD? Pulling out the MSD. 11:04 here. I am actually doing my Anki cards now. I haven't done today, so I'm gonna do them real quick. I only have 163, so I should be able to finish them in this next hour while talking to you guys. Bored over break, man. Oh man, I finished yesterday. Um, and yeah, the most embarrassing class you failed. I got a C in music appreciation. Um, I never failed a course, Baby Blue, but I did withdraw from Calculus 2, I think. And that was embarrassing at the time, but honestly, like, it's so minimal, like, that's so minor in the grand scheme of things. It's funny how like we get so caught up on these small mistakes. Like it's kind of sad. Ready to start MSK? Oof, MSD, MSK. Have you ever done MSK before? Um, MSK can hit like a truck if you're not prepared. It can be pretty difficult, man. So I'm very sorry. I think MSK is probably one of the hardest blocks I've ever taken. Some people think neuro and CVPR. I thought MSK was harder. Maybe it's just me, but damn, I really did not enjoy that. I don't want to scare you, but I also want you to know, like, don't um, don't relax. Just go hard. Like I don't want to scare you. I just want to tell you, like, that one sucks. Any nightmare professors? Yes, Baby Blue. OChem 2 was a nightmare class. Our professor graded on a curve, and he made the test so freaking hard. The first test, I got like a 47 on it, I think. And naturally, I was freaked out, and I went to his office hours, and he's like, "Oh, you're in the A range."
because he graded on a curve. So that course started with over 50 people. There was 14 of us that finished it because so many people dropped out of it. That's how difficult he made it, and I think that's BS. Nice, MSC. Congrats. Yeah, made it through one semester. Me too, man. Me too. I'm new to the channel, so hello. My question is, what are you going to med school for? As in, what occupation? I want to be a pediatrician, Rabir, Raj. Um, I'm thinking of doing hematology, oncology, critical care, or anesthesia as a pediatrician. That's kind of what I'm thinking now, but it's so early on, it's hard to like actually know. Um, we'll see what happens after I do rotations and stuff like that. Thanks for thanks for subscribing, I guess, Raj. Everybody that's here, thanks for hanging out. Make sure to tell your friends, share my videos. That'll really help me a bunch. See ya, Messi. Go to sleep. I'm gonna finish my Anki cards real quick, and then I'll probably end the stream once I get through them. Why, Hakimi, I'm a bit late, and I'm sure you've talked about it already, but what do you plan on doing by taking time off med school on doing? You mean like during break? Why? Like over Christmas? I'm gonna review a little bit. I'm gonna hang out with my families. I have some betta fry, some little baby fishies right now, so I need to take care of them. So it's kind of good. That'll be our break. That way I can take care of them, and I have minimal casualties. Have you had the privilege of taking any classes that you could honestly say made you a better person? That's a good question. Courses that made me a better person. The only course I can say made me a better person, I think that's like, I don't think that's something that's taught in schools. I think that's something that comes from home mostly. Baby Blue. But we did learn a lot about social determinants of health and how certain people don't have access, or just the area they live in, the zip code, just lower socioeconomic status, and just stuff like that, and how it really impacts their health. It's common knowledge, but it just makes you put into perspective how lucky you are, I guess. Thomas, in your opinion, do you believe medical school is as difficult as it's made out to be stereotypically? Yes, and more, Thomas. Like people know it's hard, but it's really freaking hard. Like, um, it's hard. Studying every single day for weeks on end, taking tests, going to clinic, doing research, going to other required sessions, socializing, eating, staying healthy, seeing your family. It's very hard to balance it all. It's hard. Oh no, it's just for the holidays. Why Hakimi? Sorry. What is this titled? I'm sorry if I can't see the title anymore. Um, that's not what I mean. Yeah, it's just for Christmas, for the holidays. Why Hakimi? John, do you feel like you've been better? Not really, John. It's kind of hard. So a lot of you, I don't know who's in here. So I'm actually repeating the first year in med school, and it's actually really hard. Um, I think it's because I was kind of connected with the students in my old class that whenever this new class, like I just don't feel as connected to them for some reason. Um, so in that sense, like no, but I feel like I'm a lot better at studying and just I don't know. I feel like I'm a better student, but I don't feel like I'm connecting with the class like I connected with my last class. Unfortunately, I don't know if it's like a mental thing where I just feel um, like it sucks, but also there's this thing like I'm not gonna freaking give up. So I don't know. That's a hard one. Yeah, sorry. I meant for Christmas break. I learned about the disparities in the care given to people of color and conscious bias and all that whole stuff. Um, we kind of they haven't really gone over it with us specifically, Baby Blue. But yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff about it. Um, I have seen some stuff, and we all have unconscious biases. Unfortunately, in our doctoring course, they do try to teach us to put that aside and just um, they basically try to teach us to put it aside and treat the patient. And it's difficult because yeah, we're human beings, so that's just in our nature. When you spend so much time with the group, you really do get attached to them. So sorry you're missing out on that. Yeah. However, I'm glad that studying you seem. Yeah, I feel a lot more confident, John. That is true. I feel like I don't know. Yeah. Yes, that's all I gotta say about that. Thank you, though. It was hard. It's been hard, and I don't know. Maybe once I don't know. We'll see. I just don't feel. I just don't think it'll really get better this next year. I think I'm just ready to be done with this. And I think residency is when I'm gonna be able to form a bond again. Honestly, but we'll see. Oh. Do you think medical school is for everyone? Definitely not. Benelli's. It definitely has to be for people that want to be physicians. Um, you should not do this for the money. It's not fun. Like for the money, if you're doing it for the money, you're gonna be so miserable. I feel so bad for you. So, you actually have to love medicine. You have to love taking care of people. You have to just love it. Um, and you have to understand that it's gonna suck before it gets good. So that's just how med school works. Like I said, that's how most good things in life work. Implicit acceptance of the current becomes question as soon as the anomalous event transcends everything rendered axiomatic. It's how I feel because I had to retake class while my friends move on. Exactly, Raj. That's how I feel. That's kind of how I felt too, and it was hard. But a lot of people actually dropped out. So I wasn't willing to give up. Like, yeah, it sucks, but I'm not going to give up. Um, yeah, I know, Raj. I'm sorry. Zanib, how's it going? You finished your finals. Congrats, Zanib. I'm happy for you. That's awesome. How's life? It's good. I got my grades back. I'm moving on. I'm glad this year is over, honestly. And I'm just excited to move on. It's going good. I'm pretty happy now. I did good. I'm pretty happy with my grades. They've been going up since the beginning, so I'm pretty happy with myself. I'm happy I didn't give up. I'm happy I'm still here, and I'm just excited. I'm excited for the future. How's it going, Plunge? Long time no see. That is true. Where you been? Raj, it was nice listening to you. I go now. Excited on the channel. Look forward to good luck. Thank you, Raj. Good luck. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. We'll see you later. School and finals have kept me busy. Welcome to the club, Plunge. Welcome. Yeah, me too. All of us. I am done now too. I finished yesterday. How'd you do? How do you feel? What are you doing for Christmas? I'm just gonna hang out with my family. I was telling everybody, Zanib, I have some baby beta fish, some beta fry that actually I'm actually kind of excited because I'll be able to take care of them and have minimal casualties and maybe yeah. So I'm pretty excited. I'm excited to go shoot my bow at the archery range. I have a smoker that was gifted to me that I want to smoke a big old roast and maybe some small chickens just to get more practice in, hang out with my family, you know, the huge. Did well on two classes, but I'm still waiting on the other ones. I hated waiting for grades. What advice would you give to aspiring physicians in undergrad and medical students? Well, I can't really give advice to medicine. Oh, that's a good idea. Plunge, I should read. But to undergrad, uh, if you really like understand why you want to be a physician, um, like why do you want to be like? That's why they ask that question. That it is so important, guys. I feel like people downplay the question so much whenever they go to med school interviews because it is important. Like Why do you want to be a doctor? You have to have a really good answer explanation for it for yourself, um, and really understand why. So just understand why you're doing this. Why are you going to put yourself through years of pain of studying and crappy work hours and bad mental states? Is Are you willing to go through that to be a doctor, and why? Uh, Other than that, medicine is amazing. Benelis, it sounds kind of negative, but I'm going to give you some positive now. Medicine is amazing. This last Wednesday, I had to. Um, I went to clinic, so I'm a coordinator, and nobody was going to show up, so I have to show up since I'm the coordinator. And I told a guy that he had diabetes for the first time, and I felt so bad for him, and I felt so honored, honestly, to be with him in that moment. Um, like just it was nice sharing a little bit of silence with the patient after them getting a diagnosis of diabetes, with how like it was gonna impact them for the rest of your life. And I told him, and it was just I don't know, just one of those moments that really like, dang, like this is special. I get to do this. Like wow, I'm still like wowed by it. Like wow, it was just such a special moment, um, for me honestly. Just because yeah, this sucks. Like we're seeing patients and we're telling them bad news, and they they trust us and they want us to, and it's just I don't know. It's beautiful. It's a big privilege. I love it. I want to trade for anything in the world. Do you like to read over the holidays? That's a good idea, Plunge. I should read something. Give me a good book suggestion. Not medicine related, just something cool, different, awesome. John, I've looked on your channel for a while. I'm just happy to hear about your success. I can tell you're so passionate about medicine, and I admire the persistence and tenacity in your journey. Thank you, John. Yeah, say hi on some of my videos sometime. And thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate those words too. Um, Thanks. What does your hoodie say? It says "In Speed We Trust." It's by Tuner Cult. They do giveaways and giveaways of cars. So if you buy some merchandise, then you have a chance at winning a car. The car for this one, I bought this. What was it? I don't remember what this one was for. Right now, they have a GTR up. It's like their whole tuner code. It's like their poster car. Um, I should actually buy some entries, but it's like what started it all. So they're gonna be super sad to see it go. But they have some really cool modified cars on there that they give away. How do you take it when some people try to dissuade you from finishing med school? I don't listen to them. I don't care. Like people do that all the time. Like it's so funny how um just I don't know, people, how can I say this? Like people don't actually care what you do, honestly. Like this whole YouTube thing, it's kind of scary putting yourself out there. But once you put yourself out there, you realize that it doesn't really matter. Like people's opinions don't matter. Actions are what matters. So just ignore them. If you really want to be a dog, just ignore them. Cut them out of your life. Yes, I have encountered people. I just cut them out of my life. KBHG. Med school is too hard to be hearing people or having people plot against me or whatever. So I just cut them out of my life. What's your favorite song? Do you have any superstitions? I don't have a favorite song. I've been listening to a lot of Starset lately, Zanib. Starset, they're like a, I don't know, music group. I really like their music lately. Superstitions. I'm Mexican, so I have a lot of them. If you walk around with no socks on a cold floor, you're gonna get blisters in your mouth. Don't walk outside when you've just showered because your face will basically. What I'm learning now is that you'll have a facial nerve palsy. I'm sure there's many I'm missing right now, but that's kind of what I'm saying right now. That's kind of what comes to the top of my head right now.
Book recommendations: The Happiness Advantage, Born a Crime, The Secret History, The Goldfinch. I'm gonna take a picture of this plunge. Oh shoot, flash is on. Did it work? Yeah, it did. Cool. This is going to sound weird. Do you think you're actually learning? I study enough to pass to while my brain seems to clear the cache and I'm left with a retained knowledge. Yes, I do, Baby Blue, but that's part of the whole space repetition thing that I'm doing right now. There's a book called Make It Stick. Hold on. Make It Stick. It basically talks about space repetition and learning effectively. I didn't read it per se. I skimmed through it. It's very repetitive, so I started skimming through it. But it talks about space repetition and how you can use it for long-term retention of stuff. Do you ever consider going to a DO school? I didn't, John. I didn't really know the difference between a DO and MD. I never worked with a DO, and it just wasn't ever something I thought about, honestly. I just didn't think about it. I didn't even know there was like a big debate on DO versus MD, because I didn't even know about DOs, if I'm going to be completely honest. So Neve, I totally agree. I want to learn, but it's hard when you just want to pass. Yeah, so exactly, Baby Blue. What are your Christmas plans, honey bee? I'm just gonna hang out with my family, take care of my fish, go shooting my bow, smoke some meat, cook some good food, relax, hang out by the fireplace, play with puppies, do YouTube stuff, do my flashcards every day, do 10 random practice questions every day. Those are my goals for this Christmas break. Do you revisit notes from old classes, relearn? Yes, I do, Baby Blue. So that's kind of what I'm going to do over this break is I'm going to do random practice questions over the past semester just so I see stuff again. And it's okay if I get it wrong, but it's just like to keep seeing it. Keep seeing it. What is the most unexpected thing that the medical school has taught you? Um, hmm. That's a good one, Plunge. I don't know. I don't know, like something unexpected that it's taught me. Um, I don't know. A lot's happened in the last year. I think my biggest lesson, I didn't learn it from med school, but is just to keep moving forward, keep following your dreams, and sometimes life just kicks your butt, but it's okay if you don't give up. Never tried Mexican food before besides taco. What do you recommend? Oof, plunge. That's a difficult one because, um, yeah, that's a hard one. I like, I'm sure you've had like carne asada, and people don't really like menudo. You should try some pozole. Pozole is a nice, safe Mexican food. Um, I don't know. Tacos are the best. Um, they're just like weird traditional dishes that like capirotada that I can't really explain in English. Um, yeah, just go to like that's like basically what we eat. Like just I don't know. Of course, beans and rice and all that stuff, but there are traditional meals, but there's like no point in trying to translate them into English. How much of a time investment is YouTube? Well, today my time investment in YouTube is a minute, 31 seconds, and 15 seconds, 31 minutes and 18 seconds. It varies. Sometimes it can be a lot. Sometimes it's very little. That's why my videos aren't super edited because I don't put that much time into them. I take short like clips throughout the day. I try to put them together. I have an editing software. I just don't want to. The big what is it? Like the idea of my channel is to show you guys like the realness of this. I'm not gonna edit stuff out because it's not pretty. Because I don't have the perfect words to say. You guys have seen that in my vlogs. I don't care if I mess up saying words. I don't care if I look awkward. Like, that's the point. We're all, I'm just a normal guy that got into med school. And I think that's something that a lot of, when I was watching YouTube as an undergrad, I felt like a lot of people, a lot of the med students, they were just like, they're so amazing. They're perfect in everything. And then I got in and I realized, bro, it's not. Um, people, med students aren't perfect in everything. It's okay. But that's the idea you have in the back of your head. Benelli is, while you're Mexican, I thought you were from some country in Europe. Did you ever consider going to well-known Mexican university for medicine? No, I didn't, Benelli. My cousin actually is going to Guadalajara. She's going to school of medicine there, and then she's gonna come back over here, like do rotations and stuff here. But no, I didn't consider it. And yes, I'm Mexican. Do you have a dedicated vlog camera, or do you just use your phone? I do have, so I have a camera right here, John. It's not really like a vlog camera. It can be used. I got this switch pod, so it actually works really well. But I find it very awkward to put a camera out when I'm at school, and I found that my phone is very nice to use because it's very easy to rogue video stuff, and not feel as awkward as whipping out a big old camera. Um, so these last vlogs have been all on my phone. When I do record here at home, I'm actually going to record a video maybe tomorrow or the next day on flashcards, on how to make effective flashcards and stuff like that. So I'm going to record it using the actual camera. What's your dream vacation? Oof, I want to go to somewhere where it's super snowy plunge up in the mountains, super snowy, in like a log cabin with windows so you can overlook all the snow, and just in there with my girlfriend and just like drinking coffee and having food and just relaxing for a while in that like isolated snowy world. I want to do something like that. I want to go mahi mahi fishing. Um, I always want to catch mahi mahi. That's like a big bucket list thing I want to do. So yeah, stuff like that. I know it's a hobby, but in your expert medical, do you really recommend people refrain from smoking their meat? Everything in moderation. Um, like I think it's just in moderation, honestly. I don't think they should refrain from it. I think just don't eat it every day. It's fine. So I wouldn't tell people don't do this. Um, as long as they're not doing it every single day and eating smoked meat every day. So yeah, I don't want to tell them, I wouldn't tell them to not do it. Have you changed a lot since you were like 18? Heck yes, Zanib. I used to be a pretty how can I say this? A very non-confident boy, young man, that questioned his abilities all the freaking time. So yeah, I feel like I still question myself, but I'm a lot more confident. I think that I can get through this now. And yes, I feel I'm probably more outgoing now for sure. I used to be a lot more isolated, introverted. So yeah, I'm sure I've changed a lot. Please give a general outline of how you study. All right, honeybees. So every day in med school. So what I do. So it changes every day, but generally, so I do my flashcards every day. Um, okay, let me tell you a sample normal week in med school. So I start classes on Monday. Sunday night, I will download every single Sunday, not night, Sunday day after church. I will go back. I'll come back home. I will download every single lecture for the week, and then I will run through them once. While I'm running through it, I will go on Anki and I will start activating cards on my pre-made decks. This ranges usually from 300 cards up to 1,500. I had one week. So it ranges that much. And then once I've gone through all the lectures, I start doing the Anki cards. I grind all day until I finish all the new cards, all of them. It it sucks. It sucks. Monday, I don't go to class, so I try to start doing. So I like to do my Anki kind of at night, and then I like to do it in the morning when I wake up. So it's spaced repetition, but it's closer together those first 2 days. Um, I get through my Anki, and then I start watching videos, like Boards and Beyond, Pathoma, RX360, based on the material for that week. And then by that time, it's already probably afternoon. And then I try to watch that day's lectures on 2 times speed at home. So that's kind of a normal Monday, Tuesday in med school. Um, and then yeah, I just keep doing practice questions. I do it on flashcards every day. I watch videos. I do my own research. Like I read stuff, Google stuff, et cetera, et cetera. I use Amboss. I use Amboss, RX360, Pathoma, Boards and Beyond, First Aid, Sketchy, Google to look information up. When you do a flashcards video, could you discuss any modifications to Anki that you found helpful? Oh, I will, John. That's a good one. I'll do the my my add-ons that I have on there that I like to use. Come to Canada, then. There's plenty of snow. Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't had more snow here in New Mexico. Plunge. We usually get more too, but you're a lot more. You're a lot farther from the equator, so depends where. Not much here in us. Y'all are both from Canada, I'm assuming. If you won $1 million, what would you do with it? I would not tell anybody. I would secretly go to med school with that money, and I don't know. I wouldn't really do anything with it. I'd just save it. Just get through med school and save it. And then later, maybe when I'm done, what would I do? Um, I would like to get a nice house out in the mountains. That'll be goal number one. A nice house, um, a reliable vehicle to get to school, a 4x4 truck probably, because I have a little 2-wheel drive car right now. But after that, like, there's nothing much else I would ever need. Just come to work, take care of kids, go on vacation. Like, I don't know. That's literally what I would do. I don't think there's nothing extravagant I want. Just want a nice house. I want a reliable vehicle to get to work, to take care of kiddos, and uh, oh, I also like to go fishing a lot, guys. I'd go fishing a lot more. Do you have pochero? What's that? KBHD? Pochero? What the heck? Pay for med school, exactly, John. How old would you be when you retire? I was actually thinking that, honeybee. I'm probably gonna be one of those really old doctors that just refuses to retire until they make me. I think as a pediatrician, I think it's good that I'm going to go into like a specialty field initially, and then once I get a little bit too old to do those things, I can kind of transition into more of a primary care pediatrician, just like a general pediatrician, and then I'll retire out from there. Kind of my idea right now. See you, Plunge. Thanks for hanging out. In medicine, exactly. Then I could just teach or something. Like there's so many possibilities. Like at first, I think I'm gonna practice pretty, like, uh, just go hard in the practice, and then maybe transition into more general or even a professor or something like that. I would actually like to be a professor. Exactly, John. Who knows? I already have a bad back and a bad knee, so we'll see. I can speak English.
and Spanish. I did take 3 years of French in high school, and I think French is actually pretty similar to Spanish. So I think I could probably get by. It would be difficult, but I think I could do it. Um, so those three. I want to learn another language. I want to learn Arabic really bad. I think it's the writing of Arabic is so beautiful. But I also want to do something that's a little bit more practical, like Vietnamese. We have a pretty large Vietnamese population here in New Mexico, and I want to practice here, so I think that would be practical to do. Dang, 7 people. Dang, this is a good stream. I got so many questions from y'all. Thanks for hanging out. I'll be here for another 16 minutes actually. We'll close it out at 12 p.m. so I can go to sleep. When did you start doing these streams? I don't know. I've been doing them for a while actually. They've always been pretty low key. I don't have a ton of like people watching me, which is kind of nice though because I can keep up with all the questions with everybody, and I feel like I keep everybody happy. But I've been doing them for a while. I don't know, but I do like the format. Like they're so easy, and you guys get to ask me questions, and it's so like it's live. Like I don't try to sugarcoat things. I don't make things pretty. It's just how I like to do this whole YouTube thing. What are you looking forward to accomplish in 2020 in terms of med school work? I just want to get through it, honeybee. I want to be a really good student. Um, I want to get good grades. I want to get, how can I say? I want to get involved in a few more things, but I do want to do some uh, like research. I want to do some more research this coming year. I think I want to do some research, and yeah, I thought it was kind of cool that you started doing them while you were studying. It doesn't. Sometimes it does, John. Sometimes it does distract me a lot, and it takes me way longer than it should to finish something. But also, I wouldn't do a live stream if I absolutely had to get something done. Um, like it's one of those things that I like. If I need to get something done, I'm not gonna open the live stream because I need to get this done. But if I actually like, if I'm feeling burnt out or something that day, and I'm just gonna drag it out for a while, then it's fine. But yeah, it does distract me. It for sure does distract me. But when I'm doing something like flashcards, it's kind of easy to do it. Yeah. I hope you don't mind, but how old are you? I am 24, honeybee. I turned 25 next month. Holy crap. Yep. It's like exactly. Yeah, that's what it is. I think that's a good way to put it. Do you do any sort of workout? Yeah, honeybee. Like I said, here I have. Oh, well, you weren't here yet. I actually have some weights here that I like to do. Honestly, I haven't been doing them for like a couple weeks now, just as final starting up. But I have a weight set here that I like to do weights while I'm sitting here watching videos. I like to do squats here. I also have a like ab bench that sometimes I put instead of the chair, and I do abs while I'm listening to a video or something. Starting to get sleepy. Almost done with these cards. What really makes you happy? Hmm. Hanging out with my family, hanging out with my girlfriend, and hanging out with my family. That makes me really happy. Hanging out with my little sister. I feel like I don't see her that often anymore. Yesterday we talked on the phone for like 16 minutes, and that was really nice. But that's what really makes me. My family is what makes me happy. Seeing them happy is what makes me happy. Like I don't know. It's amazing how much happier you are when you give than when you receive. Bye, honeybee. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna close this soon, so 10 more minutes. I'm almost done with my flashcards. I'm gonna try and finish them by 12. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you get a good night's rest. Good night. Good night, Don Downing. Thank you so much. Almost down. Almost almost down with these flashcards. Almost done. Thanks for saying hi and all your kind words and stuff. I'll see you in the next one, maybe. Or in one.
Boom. Done with my flashcards, guys. All right. Thank you, everybody. Shut up. I will see you all on the next one. That was a good stream. We'll see you all later. Good night.